This video isn't like a clickbait. I really am apologizing because I have come to a lot of realization of things that I guess I've neglected. Life is full of regret. Life is full of sadness. There's a lot of things that you just are feeling kind of regretful in terms of like, oh, I wish I did this sooner, or I wish I noticed this sooner. And that's what the title of this video is implying. It is an apology, and I owe people an apology. And a lot of it has been because of just certain people. I have kind of, in a sense, made them kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? They've kind of just driven me a certain way and kind of missed opportunities that I didn't think I would get to experience. And I regret that. And I'm talking, of course, about anime. And the apology I'm talking about is anime fans. Now, over the last year, I've had the chance to catch up or watch animes that I have never given the chance because of the fan base. This is, again, me. A lot of the fan bases would kind of drive me away from watching these shows because just how they act and like how certain, like, there's a weird part of the internet that somehow I always stumble upon, mainly on Twitter, that has just shown me that like a lot of these shows are weird, or they're just not engaging, and I'll see clips of it and I'll be like, oh, that looks cooler, but but those like super hardcore fan base always pushes me away. So the last year I took the plunge into a few animes that I've neglected, and I gotta say, I'm sorry. I am so sorry that I missed out on witnessing these firsthand when they were coming out, episode by episode by episode. I did get the chance to catch a few of them in real time, but the bigger ones that were already done, I feel so bad that I missed out on this, and I want to apologize to those communities personally. And this is also just like a PSA to don't let Twitter be Twitter. This is also to me, a lot of stuff that I've neglected to watch is because Twitter is just oversaturated with nothing but shit takes and just shit opinions. And Twitter is going down the shitter, no pun intended. I'm going to go over these more in depth, but the four fan bases, the four animes that I've watched over the past year, I want to give a sincere apology to. First up, I'll go in the order I watched it. Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer was one that I heard of for a little bit, and it's fairly recent. It's fairly new in terms of like how old the anime is. But by God, that show is incredible. The colors, just the choreography with the fights, and how short the seasons are also is kind of why it's my favorite. I'm a Naruto kid. I used to watch Naruto day in and day out. I got into One Piece a little bit when it first came out. Not like 99 or 97, like when it was on Toonami and shit. So I was like in my teens in high school. I would watch that and then I forgot about it. And now it's on like 1,500 and I refuse to even give that a chance. I'm sorry. I just can't get into it. It's nothing against that. I probably say this now biting my tongue. I'll probably end up watching all of One Piece, but I need to find the time to commit to that because that is a commitment. Back to Demon Slayer. This show is incredible for just how quickly it moves. It moves quickly. Again, I'm not going to go too in detail with it. I'm not going to also say spoiler. I'm not going to give you spoilers because sure, the episodes are out and the shows are out, but if you've never heard these shows or you never even watched them, I want you to go in completely blinded and just go in with no expectation. And that's what I did with these shows. I was like, all right, people are telling me to watch it. Let me give it a chance. And it really is just the color scheme and like just the way that everything flows. It's so pretty. I remember watching the first couple episodes and I think there was just some crazy fight scene that happened. And when I saw that, out of my seat, I was in bed at like midnight, out of my seat and just watching it. And I was enthralled that moment. And then I ended up catching up and watched season 4 in real time. And I am excited for the movies. I will say that much. God damn, that show is amazing. I will go into more details with these in separate videos, but just giving you an overline of the shows. So Demon Slayer fan base, I owe you an apology. I actually really wanted now to add like a water breathing tattoo on my arm. That's how good the show is to me. It's so vividly colorful. I'm probably not making sense, but it's so pretty. It is an amazingly pretty, beautiful show. Another fan base that I owe a massive apology to is Jujutsu Kaisen. If I had $1 for every person that referenced this show to me and told me to watch it, I would probably have about $20. $20 can get you a lot. You can get like a Big Mac deal at McDonald's with that money. Jujutsu Kaisen. Now, I haven't read the manga. That's a thing that I just can't do. I feel like me watching stuff in real time, I cannot give it the justice of reading it and having my own theme song in my head, because whatever I'm thinking of and whatever I'm reading, I'm going to read the manga for this because I have friends that pressed me to read this, so I might as well. And that manga just ended, and they're announcing season 3 to come out, I think, the end of 2025. So I will try to read everything and finish the manga before season 3 comes out. Can't promise you that. But what I can say about this show is I understand the fan base. I understand the love, and I understand the down badness for some of these characters. Gojo and Gato specifically, I understand why people are down bad for it. And also, the story is just very cool. And this was my introduction to Mappa, which I was given praise to Demon Slayer for their animation and like how the choreographed fight scenes are. God damn, Mappa's on a whole different level. The concept is cool. It's about demons taking over the world, which kind of is in tandem with Demon Slayer. I realize a lot of these are about demons. The characters are goofy. It reminds me a lot of Naruto in some sense, where, there's the teams, in a sense, Team 7. There's a Naruto, there's a Sasuke, there's a Sakura, there's Kakashi. It really does kind of follow into that same pattern where Naruto is the chosen one. He gets like a gift. Although, it's not a spoiler, it's literally how the show starts. Yuji eats a finger. I'm not going to say of who, but he eats a finger and becomes super strong randomly. There's 2 other characters with it. Again, I'm not going to go into full detail, but they remind me a lot of Team 7 from Naruto. And I think that's why I gravitated so much towards the show. The praise I was getting for the fight scenes in Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen takes the cake. Holy shit. Animation-wise, I rewatch fights. It is amazing. If you have Crunchyroll, I would suggest getting it right now. This isn't a sponsor. I don't have any sponsorships. I just have my sister's Crunchyroll. Everyone and their mother that pressed me to watch JJK, I thank you. And to the JJK fan base, I apologize, because you guys have something amazing. Another show that was very hard, I think, for me out of all the 4 of the shows I'm talking about to really get into was My Hero Academia. Now, again, fan base for this one is crazy. I've seen some wild shit. Again, mainly on Twitter and Instagram. It's a slow pacer. It's not as fast as Demon Slayer or JJK in the sense of like it's constantly fighting. There is a lot of story development and a lot of story building into this, and it pays off, I think, very well for where I'm at. And this was the show I caught up to along with Demon Slayer in real time, so I watched season 7 in real time. And I finished these shows like probably 2 months apiece. My whole year was just full of anime, which was nice because I haven't had the chance to sit down and watch anime. My Hero, though, it's a commitment to just kind of get it going because you have a ton of characters to meet and get to know. You got to kind of power through that. I know people say that all the time about many anime shows, like, just wait till you get to 2 episodes, then you watch it. This show really does make you root for the good guys. And it reminds me a lot of like Sky High from Disney, like that old Disney Channel movie. It's like that as an anime. As simple as that sounds, that's kind of the logistics of it. If you took Sky High and instead of making it a movie, make it into a long, colorful, like animated show, that is what this is. It is Sky High. So if you love Sky High, I really think you'll like My Hero. And the My Hero fan base, I owe you a big apology. Finally, the last one, and I can't give a full entire thing about this because I have 2 episodes left to finish, which I probably will finish. By the time this is out, I will have finished the show. Attack on Titan. Holy shit. I have never watched a show with such good writing and storytelling as Attack on Titan. Without getting into spoilers at all, I was somehow very fortunate enough to not really know anything about this show when I started watching it. I knew like a few of the Titans, but I didn't know their story, their lore, who was who, what was what. I didn't know any of that. So going into this pretty much blindly was the best thing I've ever witnessed. I cannot tell you enough. This show is something that I cannot stress and push enough to anyone that has no clue about Attack on Titan. I urge you, nay, I implore you to watch this show. Right now, when you've seen this, I finished it, but as a recording, I have not watched the last 2 episodes of Attack on Titan. So when I give you my review of the show itself, this opinion I doubt will change. But so far, from start to literal finish, has been incredible. It has been such a fantastic ride and journey that I have not gotten this feeling of watching an anime since Naruto. I'm gonna come back to that a bunch because that is my shit. That's my baby. I love Naruto to death. That being said, there are certain episodes in this show that have pushed it. Not over Naruto. It is now probably one of my top 3, maybe 3, 5 for sure. So I do not want to spoil anything about this, and I do not want to coerce you to think otherwise. I know I've already said some praising stuff about this, so I don't want to maybe oversell it. But if you have to pick an anime to start watching from the 4 I've talked about today, I would recommend Attack on Titan. I would actually recommend that to be the last one you watch because right now, after I'm close to finishing this, I do not know what to watch next to top this. I have cried, I have cheered, I have punched shit. Like I punched my pillow in anger over so many things. I cannot talk enough about this. And I had a couple friends years ago when this show was currently airing, like this week is this episode. Like this is one of the shows I wish I watched in real time. I had some friends that made a podcast, which it probably is still out, and I should have followed along with it as I watched this, but I completely just didn't want any input at all. And it's funny because I did, if you guys remember the Joy Ignorance I did with Attack on Titan, I've never watched the show because I think that's when the show was nearing the end. Again, I do not know the date of when the show ended, so I cannot give you that entirely off the rip. It says 2023, but I do not know. But that being said, this is one of the shows next to Jujutsu Kaisen that I wish I was watching in real time with the fan base. Because god damn, theme songs kick ass. Fight scenes are amazing. And I have so much praise and I have so much more knowledge about this show because I've watched the other ones and I've just taken my time. Like I started with Demon Slayer in the year, and then JJK, and then My Hero, and now here. So Attack on Titan is very fresh in my head. It is fantastic, and I owe the Attack on Titan fan base a big apology. All of them apology. But Attack on Titan, I am apologizing because I was not able to partake in this with you all. Yeah, I will talk more about these individually in their own separate videos because I do not want to give spoilers out here, but I just had to get that off my chest. So I apologize to all these fan bases, and there's more shows I definitely will watch that I've been neglecting because of the fan base. And I guess this is like my little send off to you is watch what you want to watch. Don't let fucking people and the internet. Like don't let them be like, "Oh, this show's so bad. I can't believe it." Like that's what people were talking about with Blue Lock. Like, "Oh, the animation shit, it's so bad." And now everyone's like, "Oh my god, I love the show," because it was taking its time. Don't let people on the internet judge what you do and don't watch. That's why I'm watching Dan Dan now while it's still fresh. And I have a big list of other animes to watch, but I'm going to take a break from it because I need to watch some live action shit that I've been neglecting as well. That's my sign off to you. Don't let the internet control what you watch and like because you may be sleeping on fucking gems. It's like that fucking meme with the guy looking for diamonds and then he gives up and then there's little diamonds right there. He just had one more hit. That's how I felt when I unearthed these gems. So yeah, that's about it.